If you want your sports podcast funny and real,
JB and Benny Blue Review, and ooh, the Valley hot, baby.
Tune in to the former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges and Benny Blue for the JB and Benny Blue Review.
Benny, check this out, man.
Wow.
I ain't rocking nothing but Valley Boys Association all summer, bro.
It.
You know what I'm saying?
Zach and Cody, baby.
Uncensored. Late nights here on the Casual Sports Radio Network.
Oh my God, like the area code of where I'm from, it is episode 231, baby, of the J. Oh, you see, you got that fresh lineup because he's in them fresh digs at this new spot where you see the BG banner behind him. It is none other than Dr. Jeremy Bridges III, Esquire, baby, with that drink and that red cup. And he may need it when we're going to be talking about them goddamn boys. We're going to get to all that here coming up and more. Your boys fresh off the trip to Spain and Portugal. I don't know what the fuck is going on in the league, so JB's going to have to help me out with that. If I sound like I'm off of that kush because I'm jet lagged like a mug. But we're going to power through. If you see the banner down below, this is a pre-record. All right, your boy's got a comedy show tomorrow, so we're doing a little pre-record. But coming up, of course, we're going to talk about some of the hot topics going around, the trending topics going around, the controversy in the Celtics and why JB has a conspiracy theory. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Of course, the Brett Favre madness in JB's home state of Mississippi, and of course some NFL Week 3 recaps. Week 4 Savage Mix. That is Bridges.
Yo,
how are you doing, my fine friend, on this fine Tuesday, which is going to be playing on a Wednesday? Good sir.
I'm doing just fine, brother. It's been a really wonderful day. It's been a really good month, man. The Lord has truly blessed us all. Right, you know what I'm saying? The Lord smiling down on the side. Hey, yes. Hey, so everything's beautiful, man. Like real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit's just good. Football season is perfect.
Yes.
Couldn't ask for a better week 4, week 3, week 4 in college football, week 3 in
NFL
football.
Just about to say, good college week.
Couldn't ask for better football right now. Shit is beautiful. It's going to be a wonderful recap of the first quarter when we talk about, you know what I'm saying, the Birdgang, and we talk about the NFL, you know what I'm saying? So in our next couple, and a matter of fact, our next episode after this one, right, will be that recap of the first quarter of the season, State of Birdgang. Hopefully we can have Sean McConnell on.
Yeah, come on, baby.
So, Jesus. But other than that, man, everything's beautiful. Of course, we are pre-recording this show right now. So if you don't follow us at the JB and Benny Blue on all social media, including TikTok, right? We do have a TikTok page, right? You know what I'm saying? If you want to follow us on our Instagrams, all right, it's going to be at 73KingJB73. That's mine. And of course, at Benny Blue Eyes. All right, hit us up. We'll follow back now. You know what I'm saying? DM us on some real shit. Don't be on that weird ass shit, of course. And again, we live stream out here in the desert where I reside at casualsports.com. You know what I'm saying? Those are our homies, you know what I'm saying? The KSRN family, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ed, Earl, you know what I'm saying? J. Vaughn, all them boys, you know what I'm saying? And I can't forget Money Making Mitch. Now, you love our voices. You can subscribe to Patreon for $1 damn, right? Y'all out here getting finagled by these hoes with these OnlyFans page, paying $15.99 to see their fucking heels.
The same picture you put on Snapchat.
Right, the same picture you put on Snapchat. Exclusive, whatever the premiere, whatever the fuck it is. Hey, you got a hot dollar for us. You know what I'm saying? We can give you this good content. Patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue. All right. Cars fans, get 10% off your purchase. Birdgang all day shirts, unisex shirts, hoodies, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Using code BG, capital BG, at checkout. You know what I'm saying? At the JB and Benny Blue Review.com/store. All right.
Wow.
Get with us, man. The merchandise is dope.
Get that? You see
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Listen, and Birdgang fans, like JB said for the state of the Birdgang coming up with Sean, who will be on the show. Goddamn it!
Yeah,
This is your special Birdgang correspondent. The
gonna be on the show.
The BG will be more worthwhile to rep that. You won't have to rep that BG in shame.
Hey, listen. In the words of Aaron Rodgers a couple years ago, relax. All right, I got some things to say about that too coming up. All right,
get into it.
Yes,
JB, speaking of things, so this is a pre-record, so it means it is Tuesday night. What were you saying on Burning Bridges? Shout out to our friends at AT Sports _ and All About the Birds. What did the people miss who can run that back on Burning Bridges? Good
Listen,
sir.
a lot of shit talking, you know what I'm saying? We just run it down how we run it down with our practice segments, you know what I'm saying? I did have a conspiracy theory at the end with the Boiling Bridges, you know what I'm saying, talking about Coach Udoka, you know what I'm saying, for the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk a little more about that even on this show. All right, but other than that, man, check us out, the Burning Bridges podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night. All right, and that's going to be on YouTube at the AAT Sports Network. All right, that's on YouTube. Of course, you can catch us on Twitter as well at AAT Sports _. And shout out to the All About the Birds family, AAT Birds. Of course, you know what I'm saying, all the homies out there, Johnny, Chip, you know what I'm saying, all the boys out there. We love it. I just told them, Benny, we making our way. We going to Philly, bro. Before the season over, we're going to Philly. Right, and we're finna go to Philly. We're gonna kick it. Right, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be there for a couple of days. We're gonna go check out a game.
Do the Cardinals play the Eagles this year?
Yeah, but we play them here. Right, we play them here next game. Next game we play them here, and I'll be an ambassador for the game. Right, so we play them here. Right, next game. But other than that, man, we're gonna pick a game. We're just gonna slide out there and have a good time. I'm gonna try my best to contact somebody from my folks in Philly. Get in touch with somebody. I have a guy that emails me all the time that's from the, you know, since I'm gonna let him know I'll be out there for the game. Benny, we're gonna be taken care of, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out there for a couple days and have a good old time, bro. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Live podcast in
live
Philly,
podcast. We're gonna be in Allentown. Yeah. We're going to be in Allentown with the whole All About the Birds crew, bro, shooting the shit.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you it's going down, okay? So, of course, you know what I'm saying?
Philly. It's nothing slide
it's
Philly.
Going down, bro. It's going down, bro. I got, look,
like
hey, shout out to my boy Nero. You know what I'm saying? I know he's in Carolina right now, but I'm pretty sure he'll fly back up to Philly if he find out we'll be there, all right? So, of course, you know what I'm saying? Sponsorships, interviews, new music, or hate mail. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? Any publicity is good publicity. Hit us up, JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. Let us know what's going on, man. Especially that new music, bro. Interviews, you know what I'm saying? Sponsorship, we appreciate all that stuff. Hate mail, hey, you know, get out how you live, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We do have a phone number, Benny, right?
We do. 818-850-2804. And JB, we actually do have a Savage Hotline question, which we're going to be getting to in our Week 3 recap that was submitted to us. So we're going to get to that as well. And listen, reviewers, we love you. You know, when we're live, you guys hit us with the comments and questions. But again, this is pre-recorded. So if you drop something, talk amongst yourselves. I promise you, we will be back live and in person next week. But again, this is the pre-record. Sponsors, fuck with our Young Boys Valley Boy Association clothing. Go to valleyboyassociation.com and use code podcast22 for 20% off your order at checkout. And of course, get at our guy. It's timtobuy.com. Get that newer pre-owned vehicle wherever you're at in the country. Text review at 515-444-7003 or shoot him a message at It's Tim to Buy on Instagram, and I promise you he will get you into the car of your dreams, baby. All right, goddammit. Well, that's handling some business here. All right, but as JB alluded to, we are of course going to be talking about some Week 3 recap and Week 4 Savage picks here at the end of the show. But first, there's been some breaking news out of Beantown, speaking of the East Coast, the city of Boston. And JB has some thoughts on what's happening with the Celtics head coach on a new edition. We haven't done this in a while, JB. A new edition of JB's Conspiracy Theories. Pow, pow, pow. Wow. Dr. Bridges. So just to set the stage real quick, Ime Udoka, the head coach of the Boston Celtics, is going to be suspended for a year for quote-unquote violating team policies. Now, the word around the interwebs is that the man was having a extracurricular activities with a staff member for the Celtics, who apparently may or may not be married. So they're doing a little romance novel business. Allegedly, some of this, extracurricular activities were caught on a Ring camera, so to speak. And according to one Matt Barnes, shout out to all the smoke, it may be even crazier than we think. But there's been no firm facts that have really come out other than the fact that he violated the team policy, quote unquote, and he's going to get suspended for the year. So that's pretty much where we stand. But you have a conspiracy theory. I do not. We did not talk about this in detail in our patent production meeting. So, no. Dr. Bridges, the floor is yours. You hear the music. Damn it. What do you think about this?
Coach Udoka, right, got caught in a web of deceit, right? Ooh. Now, shame on you for falling for it, right? So it's his fault. His fault in this whole thing is being the guy that wants something that he can't have, right? And he fell into that web of deceit. Now, what Benny was alluding to is that the speculation is that it's the VP's wife. Well, I've heard that it is the VP's wife, right? So my information has gotten me firm, you know what I'm saying, factual information that it is the VP's wife, right? So this makes it a very complicated situation, right? So the VP can't fire him for fucking his wife.
Ooh-wee.
He can't. There's no way he can. And if he does, Udoka can sue the shit out of him for lost wages, for future wages, so on and so forth, right? He can do that because that is that was an action that had no merit due to the business, right? If that makes sense, right? It had no weight business-wise. It was personal, right? So he can sue them right now. Shame on the woman, right? Shame on, and I'm not going to say her name. Shame on her. Again, she's the VP's wife of the Boston Celtics. You can Google the shit if you want to. Her husband is the VP of the Boston Celtics. Now, Benny, I don't know if you've been to Boston or not, right? There are a lot of beautiful women in Boston, right? Most of them are what we call Cape Verdean, right? Which means they're African. You know what I'm saying? They're mixed with a lot of different shit, right? But they're brown-skinned women, curly black hair, fat asses, big titties. You know what I'm saying? Little waist, pretty toes, pretty lips, pretty eyes. So I'm pretty sure he's been out there because he's a man of power, right?
Right.
He's a man of power. Now, if you look at this woman, Benny, she's not it, right? She's not somebody that you cheat on Nia Long for, right? But I guess it's the allure of power, right?
Right.
So again, Udoka got caught up in a web of deceit. Now, why is it a web of deceit? Availability. We're going to go with the word availability. A VP, a general manager, a head coach spend a lot of time in the same vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
How do you as a head coach get to a VP's wife? How do you do that? I'll tell you how. She makes herself available to him. So, of course, the whole ring cam thing, right, means that she needs to make sure he knows when he can and can't come over. Right? Again, Coach Udoka got caught up in a web of deceit, right? Because she's tired of her husband hitting all that top shelf booty in Boston, right? Making her to be a fucking fool. So what's the best way to get back at him? These are two white people, Benny, right? He's a white man, she's a white woman. Let the young brother, you know what I'm saying, who he hired to run his team, bust them guts out, all right? You know what I'm saying? So, and then, of course, we hear that one of his starting five leaked the information. Benny, the shit gets deeper, right? So, Udoka, you have been the victim of some bullshit, and you fell right into the trap. So you got a bunch of shit on you right now. You get suspended for 1 year. You didn't get fired. That means he has to remain the Celtics head coach after this year's over. Benny, a mess.
So you're saying, just to recap for the reviewers, you're saying in your patented conspiracy theory that this is actually a somewhat of a love triangle, if you will, and one of the starting five knew and put it out there?
Mm-hmm. It's a ploy, Benny. It's a ploy. So this is an interesting
theory.
It all stems from the wife, though, right? Because the wife is tired of the bullshit that the husband's doing. So how do you get back at him?
You're saying her husband was out here around.
I know what he was doing, bro. He's the VP of the Boston Celtics.
Oh buddy.
He's the VP of the Boston Celtics. Come on, man. Again, there's a bunch of top shelf booty out there in Boston now. All right. I know. If anybody know, I know. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have nowhere near the stature and the prestige that man does. Right. So, yeah, it all stemmed from the woman. Coach Udoka got caught up in it, right? Because he was the target, the victim target. Right. Yeah. It's like that.
This is interesting. It's an interesting theory. Interesting thing. Reviewers, let us know what you think about this in the comments. I'm probably gonna clip this one, throw it up on our YouTube channel, and we're gonna see how the people react, because there's gonna be a lot more information that's gonna be that's gonna unfold. Because again, like you said, it's interesting how they didn't. If all these people are intimating that it's so much worse, quote unquote, than what it seems to be, and yet he's getting suspended for a year, but they're not going to fire him, which implies he's going to come back and coach a team. But Tino's just in the finals, by the way, so it's not like if the team was really bad, it would be a probably easier conversation. They can lean on the fact, well, your team was trash, so we're going to fire you because of performance. But they can't say that because that team made it to the finals. Also, JB, I didn't know this. I just did a little research before the show. Didn't realize that Ime Udoka and Nia Long aren't actually married.
No, they're not married.
Long-term partners.
No, they're just a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, I mean, either way it goes. With all that being said, right? If you are somebody's partner, you claim to be exclusive to them, you cheated on it, right? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, reviewers, let us know what you think here again in the comments when we post this clip. So that has been another patent edition of JB's Conspiracy Theories. Now, moving right along. Oh my goodness, this one you talk about a true crime documentary. It may be coming out for this. It's always
it's gonna be E60 about this one. Trust me.
Oh yes, there's gonna be a strong E60 about this one. Listen, hell, maybe even a 30 for 30. Who knows? But listen, it's always Southern Miss to the top around these parts. You already know what it is. But one of Southern Miss's favorite sons, one of the best quarterbacks ever do it, that does not absolve him of doing some shitty things. And we're bringing back a segment that we have not done in quite some time. And Brett Favre, you got caught on the text, you played yourself, and now you're trying to explain yourself in an edition of what had happened was. Man, listen, just to set the table for those who don't know, Brett Favre is being accused of essentially trying to repurpose or redirect Mississippi state welfare funds with the governor to get a new volleyball arena built for Southern Miss, and then later tried to get more funds to essentially, I guess, get more
for a football facility.
For a football facility.
Yeah.
And he was actually texting the then governor Phil Bryant about said funds, and basically asking, "Oh, are we gonna get caught?" Listen, this is not the first time that Brett Favre has done dirt. It's been more on the personal side. But obviously, if he really did this shit, this is some low, bottom down, despicable bullshit. As JB knows, Mississippi is the poorest state in the union. Jackson's already going through its mess, with the water crisis. And this is the last thing that Mississippi needs to deal with is, somebody trying to get millions of dollars diverted to the fucking volleyball program because I guess like his daughter played for the volleyball program or whatever the case may be. So that's what we're looking at. But JB, you're Southern Miss to the top. You're the Hall of Famer around these parts. What had happened was what is up with your man Brett Favre? What the hell's going on with this shit?
I have no idea what's up with Brett Favre right now. You know what I'm saying? So I know Brett Favre personally, right? You know what I'm saying? Like when I go home at times, you know what I'm saying, I go fishing on his property. But what I understand, Brett Favre's a good dude, but at the same time, it's like you don't never know what people got going on behind the scenes, right? This is a testament to that. You don't never know what people got going on behind the scenes, man, right? So I don't want to speak to the character of the man, right? He's done some bullshit, We know he had the issue with his wife back in the day, or he would cheat on her, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like yada yada yada, and he's had the pill issue, you know what I'm saying, the pain pill issue, and the man done went through some shit, right? He's gone through some shit. He's been through some tough times. But this is just fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying, Benny? This is just fucked up, bro. You from Mississippi, Kill, Mississippi. Now, mind you, Kill, Mississippi is one of them places that black folks don't go, right? But at the same time, Brett's been in the league a long time. Brett played college football at the University of Southern Mississippi around a lot of great young black men and other cultures as well. I would never peg Brett Favre as a racist. Never, right? But again, money is the root of all evil, right? So this was a situation where he was like, you know what, I can use my power because I'm Brett Favre, and I can tell this motherfucker here, who my boy, I can say, hey, how can we get some bread to make this happen for this, right? That's the situation that we're dealing with right now. You know, it's a sense of invincibility, right? Because I'm Brett Favre, I'm Mississippi's son, right? And he does this because he wants selfish reasoning, right? Oh, I want my daughter to have a great facility to play volleyball at Southern Miss. Okay. And in the football facility, you know, so he was coaching in Oak Grove High School. So I'm guessing that's where the football facility was going, right? I know we're going to Southern Miss because everything we got is top of the line right now. So, Brett, what the fuck, bro? Like, you couldn't do a fundraiser, a couple golf tournaments, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have found that money some kind of way instead of stealing from the fucking state of Mississippi, man. That's our Mississippi, bro. That's ours, right? I feel for Mississippi on a daily because when I go down there, I feel like I go back in fucking time. And you choose to steal from the state. Shame on you, Brett Favre, right? Shame on you, sir. All right, you and your fucking 40 acres and mules on Highway 98 that you can see for the next 8 miles, you know what I'm saying, with the black fences that have BF in front of them, right? The helicopter pad and the fucking 2 landing strips and all that.
Damn, the helicopter pad.
Yeah,
Jesus.
all that, bro. Like all that. 3 houses on one property, fucking 5 ponds. Yes, that's Brett Favre shit. And he's stealing money from the state of fucking Mississippi.
And by the way, you talk about, you know, college facilities and you know, working with the state and stuff. Brett, you do realize that there have been boosters for decades who know how to find some goddamn money. What do you think was happening before all the NIL stuff? They know how to find them M's.
Listen to this, though. You're Brett Favre. You can use your power in other ways. Like I said,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, do a couple golf tournaments, right? Go to Green Bay and you go to Green Bay and do a golf tournament, bro. That shit gonna go crazy.
Right.
Every big wing in Wisconsin gonna come do that golf tournament and donate fucking thousands of dollars because of you.
Right.
You can say it's for whatever the fuck you can say it's for fucking monkey shit. It don't matter. They're gonna be right there paying that money.
Right.
But you chose to steal from our Mississippi, bro. Come on, man.
Right. Playing the game wrong, Brett. You really could have went to powerful people in the state, powerful people that you know from the time of the NFL, but you got blinded by the greed. Baby, you got blinded, but you saw them M's coming in. You thought you hit the governor on the text. Played yourself. The
dough. Stick a quarter in your ass because you played yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Know that.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Well, look, that was some new edition of What Had Happened Was. We appreciate you guys tapping in here on the stream. Again, if you're just tapping in here with us, make sure to check out our sponsors. Valley Boys Association Clothing. Go to valleyboysassociation.com. BBA Boys. Use podcast code podcast22 code at checkout for 20% off your order. And again, tap in with our guy. It's tim2buy.com.
Hey, Tim.
Text review to 515-444-7003 and follow him at It's Tim2Buy on Instagram. And make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue for all your social media needs, and subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive content, baby. All right, that's enough of the drama, baby. Let's get to the good stuff right now with some goddamn Week 3 Savage recap here in the NFL. You know, look, it was a tough one for the BG. Tough one for the BG. I did not see the game, of course. Like I said at the top of the show, I was out of the country. But the BG falls to the Rams 20-12. It is officially time, JB, for Cliff to pass the sticks. What was your assessment? What the hell happened out there? Goddammit.
So Cliff Kingsbury is not a very good play caller. That's just is what it is. And we still had an opportunity to win the game, right? Early in the fourth quarter to tie it up, you know what I'm saying, come back, you know what I'm saying? Like 20-12, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So shout out to the defense for playing good ball, right? The whole game. they couldn't hold up at a certain point. And then, of course, again, Cliff Kingsbury, you know what I'm saying, with his horrible play calling, right? So I believe that there was a conversation that happened in our building this week with Steve Keim, Mike Bidd, and, of course, you know what I'm saying, Cliff Kingsbury. And it kind of went a little something like this. You going to give up that play calling or we going to fire your ass? Here's what it is, right? You going to give up that goddamn play calling or we going to boot your ass up out this bitch. We're going to jazz your ass in Fresh Prince, right? Because this is bullshit. Kyler was getting frustrated. Kyler was getting frustrated because the plays weren't getting in fast enough. How you going to read a defense if you know what I'm saying, you get the play at 6 seconds, you call the play, you got 1 second to motherfuckers hike that bitch, and now you trying to figure out what's coming towards you without even reading the defense, right? So, but I just think overall, you know what I'm saying, we just need better leadership, right? And him trying to be the play caller, he can't give us leadership, you know what I'm saying? He can't be the head coach he needs to be when he's trying to call plays. He just can't. So he has to pass that clipboard. Yes, he does need to pass the clipboard because he has offensive minds that can call plays, right? Kyler can call better plays than him, right? Period. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's week 3. I'm not panicking. Of course, I posted, you know what I'm saying, on Twitter, I believe, you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to jump off the deep end. I'm a baby Yoda meditate on y'all ass, you know what I'm saying? And like, we're going to push some positive vibes y'all way. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put some positive vibes y'all way. All right. So my Cardinals are going to be just fine. All right. I predicted they were going to win 10 games this season, and I still think they are. I think they're going to make it to the playoffs, right? I still think they will. But Cliff, you got a decision to make, man. You got a decision to make right now. All right, either you put that clipboard down, you going to get fired, bro. All right?
Cold game. And JB, I saw you like the tweet, so I wanted to play it for the reviewers. Apparently the media and more fans in the greater desert area are getting fed up here. Let's play this little clip from the press conference.
Let's go.
Some of that stuff to maximize what they do well.
So don't ask him to block.
Screen plays if you got a 5'4" wide receiver standing out.
Instead of 5'4" receiver.
Yeah, I mean he should have.
Oh no! Get G-checked by the reporter.
Yes, and of course, you know what I'm saying. That like this is what we need: accountability, bro. Accountability. You can't be out here doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here fucking up and people not calling. Everybody see the shit. Everybody sees it. But there was some questionable play calling, and of course there were the media people that were asking questions about play calling, right? So that wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, the thing that happened. There was a lot of questions about play calling during their press conference, right? Because it seems like you try to call plays or you try to get aggressive play calling wise when the game was on the line, right? Instead of just calling plays aggressive during the course of the game where we can be successful when they got a lot to think about. Late in the game, they ain't got a lot to think about. There's nothing much to think about. Defensive tackles got their ears pinned back. They blitzing, right? Come on, man. You're killing us. You're killing me, Smalls.
Kill me, Smalls. Well, listen, we're going to see the changes that they make here coming up against the JB's former employer, the Panthers.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we'll keep it moving this week 3 recap. My Kitties fell to the Vikings 28-24. Close the door, Dan. Damn. Close the door. Offense was clicking. You know what I'm saying? You're making bold calls on 4th down, but then at the end of the game, you decide to go for the field goal. We might have to get a new kicker, unfortunately, and it's the same kind of issues at the end of the game with clock management and decisions. Dan, I believe in you. You got the culture moving in the right way. We are going to keep picking up some more wins. I do think they're gonna beat the Seahawks this week. But damn, when we have a team like that and we're running it up, we let them come back. We have to close the door late because that's how. I mean, listen. Even before Dan, this is what's been happening with the Kitties. It's 4-minute drill, 2-minute drill. These games are coming down to the end, and they're literally won and lost within the last couple minutes of the entire game.
Right.
So Dan, close the door. When you're bold, stay bold. If you only need to pick up 3 or 4, fucking pick up 3 or 4. We don't need to go for the field goal and miss and then we put it on the defense, and damn it, we don't get it done, especially when we have a lead early. So just watching back the highlights and reading stuff about the game, that was kind of my takeaway from the game. Did you happen to see any of this game or watch any of the highlights?
I didn't. I saw highlights. I just didn't see any of the game. No.
Gotcha. Well, listen, Vikings are a solid team. They're a bit banged up on defense, so we'll see how they continue to move. Mister, you like that? But come on, kiddies, we had them. We had them dead to rights. JB correctly picked the Vikings, though, so you'll see that reflected on our Savage picks. Now, a couple interesting teams. JB, you correctly picked the Finns down there in the Bermuda Triangle, and they beat the Bills 21-19. They're 3-0. Are they legit in the AFC? Good sir.
3-0. Yes, they are. They are a good football team, right? Defensively, they're sound, which is all you can ask for defense, right? Offensively, they're fun, right? That young head coach, his crazy ass, he's having fun with them. They're having fun with him, but he's keeping them disciplined, right? He's keeping them focused on winning. The task at hand is winning, and he's doing that, right? So that was not a fluke win, right? Them boys went out there and mashed them boys, you know what I'm saying? Did them dirty. Fought hard and won it at the end, right? So, yes, sir, the Dolphins are real. Now, I'm not going to go as far as a lot of people saying and crown them. I'm not crowning them. I'm just telling you right now, they're playing some good football, and rightfully so. They should be. They got some weapons, and my boys put them all together down there, right? So, the head coach put them all together down there. So, shout out to the Dolphins, man. 3-0.
Hey, 3-0. And speaking of the Dolphins, this is where our question for the Savage Hotline comes in, and it comes from our guy Will. He said, "Tua had a concussion. Does a spinal injury make you shake your head 3 times like you just got knocked out?" That is an interesting question. Tua's been fucked up over the course of his career from college all the way to the NFL. Right. So, I mean, what are you hearing about Tua? I mean, is Tua? I mean, from what I'm reading, he wasn't in concussion protocol. So,
I don't think he'll play this game, right?
You think he's be out the next game?
I don't think he'll play this game. So he wasn't. I don't know why he wasn't in concussion protocol. When you walk and you fall dizzily, meaning that you got Bambi legs, right? Your central nervous system comes all the way up to your medulla oblongata, which is in direct correlation to your brain. So if you did have a spinal injury, so stingers that occur in your shoulders are considered baby concussions. They're like tremors, right?
Right.
So how in the hell a spinal injury ain't gonna be considered a brain injury, right? Come on now. So he wasn't in concussion protocol, but he should have been in concussion protocol. I wonder he didn't throw up on the damn field the way he was walking. But I don't think Tua will play this game. And if he does play this game, he's not gonna play very long.
Now, what was this? Or was this from? I didn't see the game, of course. Was this from a particular hit?
Yeah, he got rocked. You know what I'm saying?
He got
rocked, and he tried to get up. And he stood up and started walking, and he's blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, hit the ground to the point where his teammates walked over to him. They were like, no, sit your ass the fuck. He was laying on his back, and they were like, don't get up. Right?
Okay.
And they walked him off the field. So,
I got you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't think Tua plays this week. I really don't. But if he does, I'll be shocked as fuck.
Okay, let's see. I got a video here. Let's see if we can. Okay, so did he get rocked here? What happened?
Let's see. Look, there you go. Look, what? Look. Oh, damn.
Roughing the passer on this when the game was tied.
Roughing the passer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So they're gonna show the hit right now. I think it's the driving him in the ground is what did it, right?
Who's it? Matt Milano got him. Well, damn, show the hit. Come on now. Yep, there's Matt Milano chasing him. And
head.
Okay, so then so he just hit his head. Yeah.
Right?
I
so
got you.
He immediately grabs his face, right? Once his head hits the ground. So that's a concussion all day. I don't see him playing next game. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, well they got the quick turnaround playing the Bengals in Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football, so yeah, it might be tough sledding if he's not available. All right, your drafting team also 3-0. They whooped the Commanders 24-8. Hey man, they're playing some very balanced ball. Are they legit
the best football team in the NFL right now is Philadelphia Eagles. Point blank period. Defensively, offensively, right? Special team wise, they're just aggressive. They're fast. They're strong. They're playing for each other. It's the love. It's fun to watch. The best team in football. In football is the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
Wow. Yeah, you heard it here first. All right, man. Well, listen, that has been some recap, God damn it, of week 3, and we're gonna waste any more time. But first, we gotta find out how we have done after 3 weeks of picks. And with a drum roll, please. That's right. Oh, with the drum roll. JB is at 25, 21, and 1, and I am at 24, 22, and 1. JB has the lead. Oh my God. It is the lead after 3 weeks. Let's take a look at what our picks were after 3 weeks. I correctly picked the Browns at home. JB correctly picked the Dolphins. As I mentioned, we both had the Ravens, both had the Eagles, the Chiefs fucking up on special teams. They drop on the road to the Colts. JB correctly picked the Panthers. We both picked the Titans. He picked the Vikings over my Lions. Bears got the dub. I correctly picked the Bengals. Both picked the Bucks. Unfortunately, he smartly picked the Jaguars. The BG lost, sort of the Squawks. He correctly picked the Broncos, and the G-men couldn't get it done against some Cowgirls. Them Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So that's what happened for week 3. But damn it, we have to get into week 4 right now with some goddamn savage picks. Pow, pow, pow. Thursday Night Football. It's the Bungles and the Bermuda Triangle. The Dolphins headed to Cincy, the Big Chili Bowl, and the line is 3.5 for the Bengals at home. Good sir.
I have Miami, right?
Oh,
in my
even if Tua doesn't play,
I don't care. Weapons. Teddy Bridgewater's a backup quarterback, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me that Teddy Bridge can't perform like Tua? Crazy. All right. So, but again, since he got a bunch of problems, starting with their offensive line, is what it is.
Okay. Well, I'm taking the Bengals at home. Listen, if it's going to become an offensive shootout, I don't trust Teddy or Tua to keep up with old Joey B and them boys. So I am taking the Bengals at home. All right, it's that big gumbo bowl, baby, taking on the Skull Vikings, and the line is -2 for the Vikings, or +2.5 if you're a betting man for the Saints. It's the Vikings at Saints.
Now this is in London, right?
Pardon me, this is the London game, correct?
Yeah,
You're
this
correct.
Is the London game, right? So I'm picking the Saints because I just feel like the secondary is going to be better. Right, I think of course they both got weapons equally. You talking about receiver wise, I feel like they're evenly matched. I think the Saints offensive line, you can get them a plus over the Vikings, but I just feel like the Saints defensive backfield will fare and treat them to a win over the Vikings.
Okay, you already know the London games are already jank as hell. They typically aren't even playing winning teams, sending them to London, so it's usually bad teams or jank teams. I don't really have a good feeling on this game, to be honest with you, but I think just from a consistency level, I'm going to take the Vikings on this one. All right, it's the H-Town coming down. It's the goddamn Texans, and they are hosting. They're 0-2-1. They're hosting the Chargers, and the line is 5 for the Chargers on the road, coming off a tough loss to the Jaguars, JB.
So we got the Texans playing who?
The Chargers.
Oh, come on, man. The Chargers going to win that game. The Chargers can play horrible to beat the Texans, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the LA Bolts, bro. The Bolts.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a solid bounce back win for the Chargers. Justin Herbert's so banged up with the ribs, but even regardless, I still like them. Talk about backups. I like them with Chase Daniel beating the Texans.
Right. I mean, shit. Me and you can jump out there and play a little quarterback and beat the Texans, bro. To be honest, like shit.
Hey, we could throw some wide receiver screens.
Without a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
60 for 20.
5-6 yard hitches. Oh, easy
no
work.
Picks, no
easy
touchdowns,
work.
but no picks.
I mean, yeah.
And it's the EAGLES Eagles taking on the Duval Jags. And the line is 6.5 for the Eagles. The 3-0. The Eagles host them at the link, good sir.
Yeah. So here's a hint: when we face them week 5, they'll be 4-0. The Eagles are gonna beat Jacksonville. So that's gonna be the build up. Right, the 4-0 Eagles versus the 2-2 Cardinals.
All right, there it is. I'm taking the Eagles as well. Too much balanced ball. Ding! Too much balanced ball. And they're going to run the ball, and then that's going to take the top off for Jalen Hurts to slang that thing deep to A.J. Brown. Jaguars will be able to put up some points, but they're not going to be able to keep up with them late. I am taking the Eagles as well. All right, keeping this train moving. It's the Dirty Bird Falcons taking on the Browns. The Browns are heading to Atlanta. The Falcons are 1-2, and the line is 1.5 for the Browns on the road.
I'm going to go with the Browns strictly on the strength of defense, right? And the run game. Strictly on the strength of defense and the run game. Jacoby Brissett is not playing bad ball, right?
Decent ball, yeah.
And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, when Njoku decides to show up, you know what I'm saying, he's dangerous, right? So, I'm going to go with the Browns on this one.
Yeah, I agree. I like time of possession. I like them, going through Chubb, opening up some short game to Njoku. Some of the other receivers get involved. Jacoby Brissett not making mistakes, being a good game manager, and the Falcons just aren't going to have enough weapons to have to put up points if they need to.
Right.
So I am taking the Browns as well. All right, JB, my Kitties are hosting the Squawks right there in Ford Field, and the line is 5 for the Kitties at home.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Kitties, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust the Seahawks, no shape, form, or fashion, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all right on the cusp, you know what I'm saying? Right there. So I got the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Kitties closing the door problems and some holes, in the defense. One thing that is stepping up is the secondary. Unfortunately, Tracy Walker looks like he's out for the year, torn Achilles. That's a loss at safety. But with the Kitties, what's not going to happen here is they're able to stick. They're able to play to the competition when they're playing good teams, just off a sheer effort. So the Squawks are going to make mistakes, particularly the fact that they are hosting them.
Right.
So of course we got to pick our own teams, but I'm definitely taking the Kitties in this one, and they're going to learn from their mistakes of last week. All right, it's the G-Men hosting the Bears there in MetLife. And the line is 3.5 for the G-Men at home.
G-Men, all right? Based on the strength of the run game. Second of all, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what we got here. The G-Men are hosting. Who they hosting again?
Because they're playing the Bears.
Bears.
It's on the screen, guy.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my little sheet right here. You know what I'm saying? I got notes written down. So,
Sterling Shepard tore his ACL, did he not?
Sterling Shepard, look here, man. Speedy recovery, but so the Bears just ain't got enough to beat the Giants. I'm just being honest, right? I feel like that the Bears they're going to run the ball or try to. They just had a running back that had over 200 yards, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the G-Men at home, yeah, I think they'll be okay. I don't think the Bears got enough to beat the G-Men at home.
So the G-Men are actually a pretty solid team, and if they had a better offensive line, Daniel Jones would look better because Brian Daboll's actually putting him in a better position.
And Daniel Jones, and the thing about this, Daniel Jones is athletic, so he can make up for those times that things happen with that offensive line. So
yeah, he can convert. So I'm taking the G-Men at home as well. All right, it's a ding. How about them Cowgirls? The Cowboys hosting the Washington. 6 shooters, baby, hosting the Washington Commanders there in Jerry World, and the line is 3 for the Cowboys at home.
I got to roll the Cowboys, man. I just don't think the Commanders got enough of anything to beat the Cowboys. Plus, we saw what Philly's defense did to the Commanders, and Dallas D-line is fucking nasty, right? So, yeah, I think Dallas get the win on this one.
Yeah, I like it. Cooper Rush is actually playing pretty decent ball.
Yes,
CD Lamb made some plays. Pollard, is toting that rock a bit. And defensively, they're definitely going to stymie the Commanders, who are on track for having a pretty fucked up season. If we're being honest, they're probably going to have to move on from Carson after the end of this year. Not looking good for the Commanders, but we shall see.
That's an easy call, right? Moving on from Carson, that's an easy call,
right? In that NFC East matchup. All right, taking it to the AFC South, it is Chad Carr's Colts against Mitch's Tighten Up Titans. And the line is 3 for the Colts at home.
I do believe that the Tennessee Titans are going to win this game. I still don't believe in Matty Ice. I think they won off of Kansas City's fault. right?
Right, exactly.
I think Kansas City, you know what I'm saying, just kind of slow played it and didn't do what they need to do offensively and gave the Colts life, and that's how they got the victory. So I don't think Mike Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans will do the same thing. I think they're going to go in there. I think King Henry gets back on track. I think they pound the rock. You know, so I think they throw big play action. I think the defense comes and makes some plays, and I think Tennessee gets out of that thing with a win.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, Matty Ice led him on a comeback drive, but I mean, you know, hey, you know, you look at the box score, 7 in the first quarter, field goal, and then another 7 at the end of the game. I mean, the Chiefs basically just left the door open for them because if they really took the top off on points, the Colts weren't going to keep up with them. And yeah, I like Tennessee to be more consistent. So I'm taking Tennessee as well. All right, it's the Steelers playing the BUMS Bums. Oops, the Jets. They're in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is 0-1. Oh, yes, 0-1 at home. And the line is 3.5 for Pittsburgh hosting the Jets. I
got to take Pittsburgh at home. If they were in New York, and I might have thought different, but being at home, I think that the defense is going to make a couple plays late. I think Flacco is going to Flacco late in the game, and I think that's going to allow some opportunistic defense for the Steelers to get the win.
Yeah, Flacco may very much fluco. I know, you know, the Steelers are banged up dealing with their quarterback issues, but I am going to take them at home as well. All right, it's the quote the Raven Nevermore headed with the Mafia, the Ravens hosting the Bills, and the line is 3.5 for the Bills on the road.
Well, when you're in Baltimore, Billy, you got to be more careful, right? We got the best quarterback in the league playing this Sunday, right? Probably versus the number 2 quarterback in the league. Fuck all that. So the best quarterback in the league is playing for Baltimore, right? And with that being said, I think he's going to do enough for Baltimore to get the win over Buffalo. Buffalo got some issues in that secondary, man. So that's rough. They can't do the things defensively that they want to do because of the injuries that they've had. So I think Baltimore's going to take advantage of that. Of course, you know, Lamar Jackson go crazy. And I do believe that the Buffalo Bills fall to the Ravens.
Yeah, five total TDs for Lamar last week. You know, I think the Bills, that was and you know, picking games within the first 4 weeks of the season. Typically you look back at like week 1 and week 2, it's like, damn, I should have known better that one was going to go a different way. Usually that's where the jankification happens. That doesn't really start to decrease until you start getting to like week 6, week 7, week 8. But I think the Bills needed to get punched in the mouth to take an L, and Lord knows the Bermuda Triangle is good for that early in the season. Just ask the Patriots all those years Tom Brady was there.
Right.
But I am going to take the Bills on the road, learning from their mistakes. Ken Dorsey, what did the tablet do to you, bro? You're throwing the tablet, throwing coffee, throwing paper.
Right.
What the hell are you doing?
Damn
it. Jesus Christ. So I'm going to take the Bills on the road in this one. All right, it's the battle of the former employers. It is JB's Keep Pounding Panthers hosting the Birdgang, who are 1-0 on the road, and the line is 2. Ding, you see it. 2 for the BG on the road.
Yeah, and look, as I said on the Burning Business podcast tonight, we are going to see an offensive explosion from our Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers, right? There's not going to be all that opportunistic ball that they got and all those opportunities they had against the Saints. It's not going to happen, right? Kyler's going to be a lot more active. He's going to run the ball a lot more, right? We're going to do empty a lot more, right? Because that's a very, very favorable offensive set for Kyler, because you can't really defend him at that point, right? He's got 3 options every time, right? If he needs to, he can bring Connor in. Whatever running back may be that's going to be in the slot, hand the ball off to him. You can do all kind of different things. I do believe that there's going to be some different style play calling versus Carolina because of the meeting I talked about earlier. Big time offensive explosion, Birdgang all day.
Yeah, I definitely think Keim had that Godfather talk. You see that shirt, the BG all day. Get yours, jbandbennybluereview.com/store. Listen, I think Keim had the Godfather talk with him. But listen, stop throwing the screens to the fucking 5'4" receivers. I know I drafted all these little Speed demons.
You throw the motherfuckers shit across the middle when they running fucking 8 yards in front of the safety. That's when you throw it to them.
Right, exactly. I do think there's going to be some coming to Jesus with the offense. You're going to see some different actions. The good news is there's not going to be a lot of tape on it, so I don't think Carolina's going to be too prepared.
Right.
To cover it. And I'm taking the BG on the road as well. I don't think Carolina is consistent enough to beat a team like the BG. Because let's be honest, the BG's problem right now is they're in a point in their season where they know if they make mistakes, they can still beat a team like the Panthers. It just so happens when they get to that upper echelon, they got to play a tighter game, and that comes a better play calling. And you're going to see it on display this week. They're going to learn from their mistakes last week, and I think you're going to see a lot more points from the BG and a lot more opened up, more flowing offense.
Right.
More of a flow.
That's all we ever want to see. That's all we ever want to see.
Putting K1 in a position to win.
That's all we want to see, baby. We want to see that thing, a fine-tuned machine, baby.
Cliff, leave them Scottsdale hoes alone for a week and focus, baby. Focus.
They ain't never brought nothing but joy and pleasure for that 20 minutes that you with them. Right.
God, Jesus Christ. Speaking of joy and pleasure and keeping things under wraps, it's the Raiders taking on the Broncos in Vegas. They're 0-3, 0-1 at home, and the line is 2.5 for Vegas at home.
Denver is gaining momentum as we speak. They are a snowball that is beginning to roll downhill, and you will see as the season progresses, Russ will cook. The Raiders will be 0-4 after this week. All right, I got Denver.
I'm taking Denver as well. I don't know if Josh McDaniels is just cloned himself from the last time he was head coach, ironically enough, with Denver. But they're having some problems, man. I mean, I think Devontae Adams is kind of he's looking at his old yearbook picture with him and Aaron Rodgers.
Buddy,
like, why did I leave you?
He's the Wolverine meme, you know what I'm saying? He's like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Where did we go wrong? God. Oh, God.
The Raiders are struggling. They may put it together by the time it's too late and be a fringe playoff team, but right now they are struggling, and I am taking the Broncos as well. Speaking of the Pack, it's the boom, 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 go Pack, go against the Pats, dude, who are also struggling, and the line.
Mac Jones-less.
Yeah,
Pack.
Mac Jones-less.
Right.
Packers at home, and the line is 10.5.
Boom, 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 boom. Go Pack, go.
Taking the Packers as well. This is where they're going to start gaining some momentum. Now that the regular season preseason is coming to an end,
right? And
now the chemistry is starting to form. Running the ball, make enough plays on defense to stop a struggling Pats team that looks a whole lot different without old Tom Brady, kid. Speaking of that guy, the Bucs coming off a weird as hell game where they couldn't put up any points. I know they're banged up at receiver. They are taking on the Chiefs at home. Sunday Night Football, and the line is 2.5 for the Chiefs on the road.
I think the Chiefs get some get back. We're talking about an Andy Reid-led football team here, right? So there's going to be preparation out the wazoo, right? There's going to be a game plan put together. It's going to make sure they attack every weak point of the defense for Tampa Bay. Chiefs get the win.
Yeah, I agree. Chiefs are definitely having a tough film room session this week. People are getting cussed out. They know what they should have done better. Yeah. And they're going to come back with a vengeance against a banged-up Bucs team, baby. That's right. And you know what time it is? Oh, it's JB's division. The NFC West. It's the Niner Gang.
Bang,
taking the Rams. They are hosting the Rams. They're in the Big Bell Bottom in Santa Clara, California. And the line is 2.5 for the Niners at home.
Well, I'm going to pick the Niners based on the strength of their defense and the way they play at home. The Rams are not a good football team right now. We just made them look good last week, right? So their offensive line is trash, and I think that the San Francisco 49ers will exploit that. And, of course, defensively, they're just better than the Rams. So they're going to get turnovers. They're going to have some special teams plays that are going to go their direction. But, again, them being at home, San Francisco, Sunday night, please. I got them.
Yeah, one of the best gifts that the Niners could have got, honestly, and as much as you feel for Trey Lance, is having
Jimmy G. What did I say, Benny? What did I call it? Safety net. right? Call it a safety net. The kid gets hurt. Speedy recovery to him. No fault of his own.
Yep.
Hey, you fall right back on the motherfucker that you was just with. Yeah, I mean, that's like you get a new girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, with your ex-girlfriend, like, hey, if you ever need me, baby, send for me. I'm just a telephone call away.
On the vocals tonight,
that's
goddamn
all
it.
they did.
Exactly.
They were like, shit, nobody wants Jimmy G. You know what? Come here, let me hug you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on, join the team. You know we gonna need you. You know we gonna need you.
Well, they're gonna need him.
Damn it, they needed him, right? So,
hey, yeah, we're both taking the irons on that one. People forget this is the team that was quite literally a play away from making the NFC Championship. So I mean, shit, making the Super Bowl.
Right.
Pardon me. Let me not speak out of turn. The Super Bowl again with Jimmy G. So there you go. We'll see who's right, who's wrong, who's both right, who's both wrong, and that's it. Dr. Bridges, take us home. Your final thoughts on a little We Need Us, baby.
My We Need Us is thank you for joining us. Good night. Right? It is late. All right. I'm tired and I need to go to fucking bed. All right. I love you all.
Hey.
We appreciate you all for joining us for episode 231, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to follow us on all social media platforms at JB and Benny Blue, including TikTok. All right, we do have a goddamn TikTok. All right, so with that being said, follow us on our individual Instagram pages. That's going to be at 73KingJB73, and of course at Benny Blue Eyes, like it's always been. Right? Hey, you got a dollar? You got a dollar? You got a dollar? Hey, you want to hear our podcast voices? True podcast form. You can hit us up on patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue. All right, for that hot dollar, and you can hear our melodious voices, all right, spitting out this good knowledge and this good content. Okay, we got sponsorship, interviews, new music, hate mail, whatever. Right? Let us know. JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. Okay, Benny checks it periodically, man. We'll make sure we get back with you guys, especially that new music. We always encourage that new music. We like that, okay?
Yes.
Other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? What else we got?
Well, shit, tap up with our sponsors, valleyboyassociation.com. Use podcast code 22, 20% off your order at checkout. And again, it's timtobuy.com. Get that new or pre-owned vehicle. Text review to 515-444-7003. Make sure to check out JB Burner and Bridges live streaming on Tuesday nights, AT Sports, all about the Birds family. And of course, we are live streaming on Wednesdays. Even if it is a pre-record, goddammit, it's still live streaming to you. And reviewers, that's it. Until next week, enjoy some football. Be safe. Love each other. And we are out, baby. Peace. Yeah.